Most entrepreneurs struggle to explain the real value of what they do, not because their work isn't powerful, but because their value is too vague for people to understand. Many coaches, consultants, and service providers avoid talking about how to quantify your worth, because when people can't clearly see the outcome you create, they hesitate to commit. We also talked about something deeper: why so many entrepreneurs feel uncomfortable talking about their results, their experience, and the real return they create for their clients. And the truth is, if your offer can't be measured, it's very difficult for people to say yes. In this conversation, we unpack how to shift from vague value to clear impact, and why that shift can completely change your sales conversations. Let's listen in.
When I tell you, I spent way over $750,000 just this year alone on coaching, and I'm pouring that into you at this moment. Does that feel different? And as women, it's really hard for us to quantify and tell people what they really get out of it, with the guilt and the shame and the stress, because it's so vague that people usually don't take action. One thing that I'm really bad at is bragging about myself. It doesn't make a difference the more people say yes to us, because they don't know how to quantify you, right? It has to relate to money. One thing I learned that everything that they do is always money claim, always money claim. And that is so easy, right? Because they're like, hey, you're going to 10x your income, 10x this, 100x that. Like for us, if people usually come in is, I'm really running out of time, or I have way too much to do. They know they are in pain, or I really wanted to scale. I've been trying so hard, I just couldn't scale. So it makes it a lot easier to quantify it, that if you can see it in your head, then they probably will do it. But if they cannot see it, they cannot really feel it, then they probably wouldn't commit into it. When you are working with your VAs, my strong suggestion is make sure that when they are having those conversations, they need to figure out 2 or 3 pointers where they know that those are the conversation, dialogue, or they can really pinpoint to certain thing that they will say, yeah, I need this, right? And that's when they will say, and then we'll talk to them about what we can do for them. We usually wait for them to say, okay, what is next? When they say what is next, that's where we fit into it. So how can you get them to talk about the what is next? How can you really quantify your worth? And then you can maybe ask, how much is that netting or revenue? It might not be revenue for you, but it might be revenue. So ask those questions, get more data from your people. The reason why ClickFunnels have the 1 million, the 2cc award, one is obviously allowing you to get the award. 2 is so that they can quantify how many people get through and be successful at it. If you really need to brag about yourself, what would that be for you? How much coaching, how much live event and live coaching, how much have you invested in yourself so far? Would it be worth it if you pay me $5,000 and I help you make $5,000 every month in a month? That's good money. That means I'm making $60,000, but I'm only paying $5,000 to figure out how to make $60,000. That's really good ROI. So what would that be? How can you 10x, right? At least 10x, whatever that is. Can you confidently say, if they pay you $5,000, you'll be able to get them at least $50,000 if they go through your program and do the work. The key is if they do the work. If they not go through your program and they didn't do the work, obviously they're not going to get it. But if they are 100% in and they, whatever you say, they're doing it, what would this sound like? Do you feel confident on that? So it's okay, where am I and how can I congruent share with them my result that they want to be with me? A lot of my coaches is like, okay, I'm at 7 figures, so I'm helping the 6 figures earner, right? So I would say, try to figure out how can you position those things, and then how do you weed that into your team so that they can book more appointments. It will feel very uncomfortable at the very beginning, but you might have to fit that in if you wanted to really speed up the conversion. Like you just have to continuously practice until you get really comfortable at it. That might be some story that was locked inside of you that does not really allow you to really like quantify or brag about yourself.
Can people clearly quantify the value you create? Because when clients can see the outcome in their mind, it becomes much easier for them to commit. If you're an entrepreneur, coach, or service provider working on improving your sales conversations and building stronger client results, make sure to subscribe and follow for more insights. And if this video gave you a new perspective, feel free to share it with another entrepreneur who might need to hear it. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.